Hi, today we're having a look at adding a feature to a more advanced CAD design. This CAD design is made from a 3D scan, but today we're not having a look at converting a 3D scan into a CAD design. We're merely looking at adding a small feature to this CAD design. So the design itself is of a part for a car, a Volvo. And on this tab, we need a little locking mechanism that was not in the scan. It's supposed to sit here. Um, to get something to draw from, these planes is not actually completely flat. And because of that, we cannot create a sketch off of that. So what I did first were I created a sketch, um, and from that sketch I created a plane that we could make the original feature from. So the first plane I created was a plane off of just a feature somewhere. I think that it was in here somewhere. And on that plane, I created the first sketch. I partially forgot to put on the design history, and partially I didn't think that it was necessary, but it could have helped me a little bit later on. From this sketch here, on that line, I created a plane at an angle. So I created this plane here. And on that plane, we created our first real sketch, the sketch that we're actually working off of. And I'm going to hide these older features now. So what I did was I projected the line here on the sketch and created a extrusion going down like this. To get this cut off, I cut it with the top plane here, so that the top of the part will follow this plane, and I did the same thing with the bottom plane here. So what we have now is a very small part like this, but you can actually see that it has a small curve on the top and the bottom. I then extruded this part out like this and created the hole with the hole that I had here. From there on, I put it on some fillets on the inside of the hole. It's to get a little bit better print and to get a little better fitment within the hole as well. I also deleted the small faces on the inside here. I find that having fewer faces is easier to work with, especially when adding fillets, chamfers, and so on. From this, I added a chamfer to the outside. I could have done that with this cutting tool that I drew here in the sketch, but the problem was that I had some weird issues with the actual part here later in the design. So what I did was adding a chamfer to the whole of the tab here. From here we can hide the sketch like this, and I put on the fillets on the outside just to get a little easier fitment when you push in the part in the assembly. Here I combined everything, so now it's one part. And lastly, I put on some fillets. It does give some weird angle stuff with the faces, but in the actual print, that's not a problem. It just looks weird in the CAD design, but it is not a problem when it's 3D printed later on. So this is how I did to add a small feature to a CAD design that is made from a 3D scan. It is often very easy to create small parts and join them together, especially when you have very organic parts from scans, reverse engineering, and so on. So I hope that you learned a little bit today, and we'll see you next time.